But Julian's most jaw-dropping giraffe discovery is, alarmingly, the simplest. He's found that in just 20 years, the numbers of all giraffe across Africa have dropped by almost 40%.
I don't know how else to explain it, but just everyone thinks they're everywhere and they're lovely and they're beautiful, so of course they can't be dwindling, the numbers can't be going. Numbers are plummeting. We have lost many animals before, and I just think it'd be a really sad world without giraffe.
To put this into perspective, it's well known that African elephants are in trouble. Their numbers are falling rapidly, and there are just almost 500,000 left. But what no one realized is that there are far fewer giraffes. There are just 90,000. Giraffe have already become extinct in at least 7 countries. Easy targets for poachers, they're killed for their meat, and their habitats are being destroyed.
It's frightening, and I think if we lost them, I don't know where I would be at. I really think I've lost. Me and so many people around us have just not done the job that we set out to do.
Time is running out, and Julian knows we urgently need to take our understanding of giraffes to a new level. He has a revolutionary theory that there's not just one species divided into slightly different subspecies, but there are many unique species. At the 11th hour, this most basic fact is really important. If we know how many species there are, we can identify which are in need of urgent help and take action to save those giraffes and their unique genes. He knows that only by unlocking the genes inside the giraffes can he prove how diverse they are, so he's been taking samples of their skin. The DNA inside tiny plugs of hair and skin like this could give him the power to save whole species we didn't know we had. Julian has got the DNA from almost every wild giraffe population in Africa. Before he can run a species analysis, he needs a final sample from a population called Nubian giraffes. There are perhaps just 650 left in the wild. This group live far from Namibia in Ethiopia, right on the war-torn border with South Sudan. This is one of Africa's most remote national parks, Gambela. Years ago, flying across Gambela, spotters recorded a wealth of wildlife. But since then, the situation has changed. All Julian has seen so far is phars and cows.
This place is mad. I mean, the population in Ethiopia is going up by 2 million a year. There's refugees pouring across the border.
To get his sample, Julian must find the last surviving giraffes in the park, Murchison Falls National Park, Uganda's largest and oldest conservation area. It's the last great stronghold of the Rothschild's giraffe. Over 1,000 live here. They're very distinctive, with lighter coats, white stockinged legs, and not 3, but 5 ossicones. In the ground beneath their feet lie 3/4 of Uganda's oil deposits, and plans to drill are underway. Keeping this fragile population safe will now be Julian and the team's biggest priority. An entire species of giraffe could rely on it.
If something goes wrong here in Murchison Falls, Rothschild's giraffe could be extinct in no time.
Time is now. If we don't come together to save giraffe, it could be too late.
Losing this new species would be a disaster. Julian and the Uganda Wildlife Authority have a daring plan to protect these giraffes for generations. Currently, the giraffes all live on one side of the Nile. They can't cross it. The plan is more ambitious than anything they've done before. They're going to catch giraffes from the north side and start a new giraffe population across the river, away from the oil drilling. This is Tom O'Kello, Murchison Falls Park Manager.
You know, you should not keep all your eggs in one basket. We first keep some stock out of the oil area, so that in the event that some impacts may come out of oil and what, we have a safe population somewhere else.
To carry out this mission, the men and women in charge of caring for Uganda's wildlife have gathered from across the entire country. Gorilla doctors from the mountains, the chief vets of the other great parks of Uganda, rangers from Murchison Falls itself. And Julian has brought along a secret weapon. Vet Dr. Pete Morkel.
I love giraffes. It's quite remarkable that such a strangely put together beast functions so well.
Catching and moving a wild giraffe is difficult and dangerous. Pete has done it hundreds of times.
It is an unusual type of capture. That animal is totally awake. It is a stressful situation, but it does work very well. It's the accepted way of catching giraffe here in Africa.
Before the team learns on the giraffe, Pete is training them on himself.
If that animal falls more than 2 or 3 times, it says, that's it, I'm finished. But it's not good for the giraffe.
The team is going to have to guide any giraffe they catch into a trailer using ropes.
We need someone giving good control. We need the people responsive. I will show you. You must still allow me to move forward, otherwise we will never load it. You must let me go. You must let me move. You must let me move. I don't want to stay here the whole day. I want to
enter that way, which is the door.
So what you want to do is stand to a little to one side. Yeah.
Ranger Francis Adeyokan lives here, and he loves these animals.
This giraffe is very beautiful. It is a design which God has created on the wall, so I feel like they have to stay in the wall forever. Because if God needs that it should end, He would have put the expiring date. I mean, that has to be protected forever. So I'm very happy to protect giraffe.
At the end of the day, when you're capturing a giraffe, you're just focused. It's all about having that giraffe come down safely and get up safely. I'm just totally focused.
Although many of the team are wild animal vets, few have actually touched a giraffe before, like Dr. Eddie Kambale.
I'm really very excited to work with giraffe. For my first time since I was born. I just used to read books, but now I'm feeling the reality of what it means being or working with a giraffe. We have few of them, so we need to keep some. Yeah, good.
To push blood up their huge necks to their brains, giraffes have the largest heart of all the land mammals. It can weigh over 10 kilograms and beats twice as fast as our own.
When it was running, the heartbeat was much higher, but right now it's settling down, so the rate has reduced.
How's the breathing there? It's good.
The breathing is fine, and it's very regular.
It's a very relaxed giraffe.
Emotionally, for me, I feel attached. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, everyone, I think let the animal properly stand up. Let it get up strongly onto its feet before we start to pull it.
Catching the giraffe, you know, it's something that I learnt from Pete. No, if he says things can be done, you do it, and you're out there and you're there for the giraffe.
Giraffes use their powerful necks to batter other giraffes. But Julian has to stay close to stop the giraffe from hurting itself.
When it's down, you know, you're sort of, okay, quick rush, let's get all the things done, let's make it safe, let's make it sound, and you're just waiting for that moment to get up safely.
Slowly, the team is learning that to move a giraffe, you cannot pull it. Instead, you must gently guide it.
Fantastic, eh? Absolutely bloody brilliant. There she goes, hopefully we'll see her soon at the boma. Bloody brilliant.
The team are preparing for the final stage of the mission. The giraffes will be split into 3 groups. They'll be driven for many hours and across the Nile. To distract them on the journey, the rangers cover the truck with delicious leaves. This specially prepared vehicle has been paid for by the donations of hundreds of people from across the world.
If you've got giraffe in the boma, you don't relax until they're released. I still get worried until that last giraffe runs out of a truck and is off safe and sound.
Murchison Falls has never seen anything like it. The giraffes are seeing the world from an angle even higher than they're used to. Because of its precious cargo, the convoy heads out slowly. The team have put bars between the giraffes to help them stay upright. It's such a delicate situation that 8 men must ride up with them to keep constant watch, at the risk of being licked with a giant tongue. Melvin is in the middle, so has to be handed his travelling snacks. After 4 slow hours of driving, they reach an obstacle no truck or giraffe can cross without help. The Nile. The water here will flow over 6,500 kilometres, crossing the Sudan and then into Egypt, before it finally meets the sea. Just a few kilometres upstream, the torrent is so strong it can cut through mountains. But here, the river becomes calmer. The banks and the water are havens for wildlife, and the current gentle enough for a ferry to drive across it. All the years of hard work from Julian and Steph are paying off in a truly extraordinary sight.
How often do you see a giraffe on a boat?
If anything goes wrong here, it would be a catastrophe.
Can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's Melvin? Ah, he's looking where he's going. He's checking out.
No giraffe has ever seen anything like this before. The ferry safely pulls in and the passengers enter a land untrodden by giraffe.
We're on the way. We've just crossed over the Nile River with 6 giraffe. I've never been so stressed in my life.
Everyone, apart from the giraffes, knows that their long journey is finally at an end.
to open. Stop.
You have to open the door first, Alan.
There's no time for hesitation. The longer they're inside, the more chances of an accident.
Kennedy, you come out. Out. Let us pull.
Are the bars all gone?
Bars are all gone.
The team creep back so the nervous giraffes can see it's clear ahead.
Come on, Melvin, be the man.
Melvin and the others make their move.
Well done, guys. See them all going through there, guys?
When it happens, it's amazing. All the guys we've worked with, it's been an amazing effort, you know, and super proud. Super proud that we've been able to do an amazing job together.
We are feeling great. This is a great success. All the animals are released. They're all alive, no problem.
Giraffe after giraffe runs off into a new life. The team can finally celebrate. In this historic moment, Dr. Andrew Seguya, the head of the Uganda Wildlife Authority, has come to join them.
I'm very, very proud of them. Look at them. These guys have worked for the last 3 weeks. They have put in everything. They have left their families. They have come here. They have slept in the bush. They have, most important, they have shown the love for the giraffe. They have handled them with a lot of care, with a lot of love, with a lot of professionalism. I'm very, very proud of them. But also, it's really one of those exciting days for conservation.
This is just the beginning. The Ugandan team will now continue their mission to save giraffes and other endangered animals across the entire country. For Julian and Steph, it's a very personal moment. After 15 years of hard and dangerous work, they can finally see the tide starting to turn.
If you had that moment every day, I don't reckon you'd be able to sustain yourself. My heart wouldn't be able to survive, let's be honest.
Melvin was the funny one with the funny lips. I miss him now, but at least he's not in a zoo.
We did that. We actually made a difference here. And I think that is something really amazing, and not too many people can say that in their life, that they actually have made a difference.
Over the coming months, the giraffes range far and wide. The readings from their GPS collars show them travelling hundreds of kilometres as they explore their new home. The team are planning more translocations to further swell the colony. And soon they hope that new giraffe calves will be born on both sides of the Nile. Across the continent, Julian and the team are working closely with African governments and the people who live alongside these gentle giants to secure a better future for all giraffe.